You got clutch.
What's going on, people? It's your main man, Johnny Clutch Cards, aka Johnny Clutch Crypto, back with the weekly helium update. This is where we look at our helium hotspots and give updates on units that we've either purchased or about to purchase, and just really what's going on with our whole helium journey, so to speak. So let's hit the numbers. 510,000 hotspots across the globe now. And the current market price, as the entire crypto market has kind of plummeted over the last, here early in January. Well, I guess it's late January now. The current price is $23.70 helium, HNT tokens. So let's drill down and start taking a look at our units. Let's see. And as we always like to start with our home unit, this is April Bronze Tapir. I know you're going to ask me about Rare Carmine Otter. I am going over to the church this week. This week, we will go to the church and we will touch base and we will see what information we can find from the church. I did drive by there yesterday and speak to a lady who was going to give me a technical person at the church to talk to. So, there's some movement on that front. So, maybe we can get to see the setup. Hey, maybe let me shoot a video and see their setup and see if maybe we can mimic it or what's going on there. So stay tuned for that. Hopefully next week we'll have that video. In the meantime, this last 24 hours, we made 0.42. And over the last 7 days, we made 3 HNT. I can say that this particular unit has been kind of problem-free, like just in general, for maybe like the better part of 2 months, the better part of the last 2 months. Post POCV 11, it's been kind of smooth. I have not had to go into my attic at all since probably like maybe October or November, somewhere in there. Maybe I was in the attic, but haven't gone in the attic at all. Maybe I've rebooted it once total in that time. So pretty good overall. It's been a pretty good run here. Last 14 days, 6.2 HNT, and the last 30 days, 10.8. So, hopefully we can drive those earnings up. Keep in mind, we have a 5.8 dBi Nebra antenna on this sense cap unit. And so some of the other information that we've kind of seen with some of our other miners has made me start to think, maybe there's a good, unit antenna combo that might optimize setup. So that being said, we might try a rack wireless. We might put a rack wireless 5.8 dBi on the sense cap and see if that improves it, or maybe even put an 8. I don't really want to put an 8 in my house because I just don't feel like I'm going to get any real advantages for it. And as you can see here with the 5.8, I get some pretty good reach. Like I got some pretty good beacons, a good number of beacons, and a solid number of total witnesses. So I think I'm in a really good spot. I don't know if I want to go higher on the DBI, but we might try a rack wireless antenna versus the Nebra antenna on this sense cap and kind of see if we can't build some information as it pertains to the antenna types and antenna brands against the minor brands. So this is our sense cap. As you can see, it's been doing pretty good. We're going to go over here to our unit that is on the north side. And I always mess this up. I always click on the wrong thing here. I'm trying to find the beltway. You got to be a Houston guy to really get that one. Yeah, you got to find the beltway. Man, I feel like I'm missing it. All right, that's there. It should be in here, right? Plain juniper. Oh, there it is right there. I was like, goodness, where's wonderful Jetblack Marmot? All right, so wonderful Jetblack Marmot. This is our 8 dBi I think it's a Nebra. I think it's a Nebra 8 dBi antenna. It might be a rack. I have to double check. But this is a Bobcat unit, 8 dBi, 12 floors up. So you can see here 175 beacons, less beacons than the one that I have at my house, and less total witnesses, but it generates far more HNT. As you can see, the last 24 hours have been kind of rough. I just actually had to fix this because there was something wrong with it connecting to the internet. This one is on, this is on a Wi-Fi cellular device that I have. So that's why that is. But as you can see, like typically over the last 30 days, it's more HNT overall. And typically this site gives out more HNT, you know, probably due to the height, obviously, and then the higher dBi antenna. So we'll continue to monitor this one, but you know, today really, I think it was down 2 days off of the internet piece of it. So I was able to get that resolved, and we'll continue to monitor it. But as you can see, over the 14 days, 4.4, 30. This one typically ends up, you can see all the down days. Look at the down days I've had: 1, 2, then a week later, 1, 2, 3, and then a week later, 1, 2. So we did lose a considerable amount of HNT there. But as you can see, typically, you know, 0.85, 0.73, 0.882, 0.63, 0.54. So typically this one is always above a half a helium per day. You know, like there might be a day, look, that was 0.46. Look, here's a kind of like a bad streak: 0.46, 0.244, 0.15, then 0.73. Then what was that? What was that in between? 0.73, 0.27, then 0.73, right? So this one is one that maybe we can look to try to make it more suboptimal transmit scale. So maybe, I don't know. Let's look at the transmit scales here. Okay, so you can see some of the units that it's picking up have poor transmit scale. So, but still generating a very good amount of HNT in general. So maybe we reduce this one to a 5.8. I think we have another 5.8 rack wireless antenna we could put here. And then just kind of see if maybe I just get these guys, a lot more of these guys that are closer to me, that don't have these poor scales, because it just so happens that the ones that is hitting are ones, this is like downtown Houston. Well, that's Bel Air, but Bel Air, this is downtown Houston right here. So you can see, okay, you can see how it's reaching out. This is like randomly hitting, like these are good, but then everything down here is kind of bad. And then from an elevation standpoint, when you look at Houston from the elevation standpoint, I don't think I have it on this map, but really from here, from the east side heading to the west side, the elevation goes from low to high. So the more on the west side you are, if you're higher up, you know, you can cast down here. And if you're lower down here, then you probably want, you know, a 5.8 or something like that. If you can't get into a tall building, you probably want like a 5.8 dBi, a lower dBi. So you kind of go up and over to get stuff that's to the west. Because really, if you're on the east side, you want to be kind of going to the west, even though there's a nice little plot down here in Baytown. So that's not bad at all. Cool. Let's take a look at the one hotspot, our other hotspot that we transferred to a buddy of mine. What is it? Chiffon. Ooh, I'm terrible at this. Oh, that was it right there. Nutty Chiffon here. All right, cool. So this one is one that I lent to my buddy because I really went, and look at this, right? So this one I had at a relative's house, and it was just, I upgraded the antenna and all that stuff, but it would never pull more than like two witnesses. And so here it looks like it's doing the same thing. Look, 3 witnesses total. But here is a hex here, there's a hex here, there's a hex here, and I believe this one is set up in the attic. So similar to like my house, it's set up in the attic, and it's a 5.8 dBi antenna. This is a Bobcat unit. So I'm trying to figure out and look. So the return the earnings did increase from the other setup that I had there, the other setup where I had it. So you can look over the last 7 days. It's zero point 0.5 H&T. Literally, we were getting like less than zero point 0.5 for a month at the old location. But I'm wondering if there's something actually wrong with the unit, right? Or something wrong with the antenna. At any rate, this seems really weird, really weird. I don't know if anybody else has been seeing anything like this with their miner, but or with a Bobcat specifically. But this is a Bobcat with a 5.8 dBi rack antenna in an attic, and it's not witnessing any of these guys. But keep in mind, I have a Sense Cap with a 5.8 Nebra that does just fine. That was the first unit we looked at. So this is something that we're probably going to look into and try to see what else we can do to either fix this or see if there's a thing, if there's something to this. Because we tried with the base antenna and we had pretty much the same results as far as the number of witnesses, total witnesses, and the number of units that was witnessing our hotspot, or even beaconing our hotspot. So you see, it's a lot of hotspots in this area. You would think this area might actually be better than the area that I'm in, simply because I think my area is just a tad bit more saturated, and you actually have some space in here. So when that 5.8 kind of reaches out, you can get kind of like a really good spread. So we'll continue to work on this one. I'll probably talk to him this week and try to see if we can't work on this to see if we can't improve the coverage that we're getting and the amount of H&T that we're getting there. So that kind of covers the hotspots in general. We're seeing a pretty good amount. Like if we go to my main, we did pull our H&T tax pool, and roughly I think we generated around $3,900 worth of H&T from when we started in August until December, the end of December. So not bad overall. If you look at our main miner, this is our primary, this is our OG miner, our Sense Cap. We've generated 75 H&T lifetime on it. So 75 H&T. If we count the month of January, December, November, October, September, and August. So 6 months. 6 months where, that's a little more than 10, 11, yeah. A little more than 11, like 11, closer to 12 per month, 12 H&T per month, which is not bad. So, I mean, given the price swing of H&T currently is down, but when it was at its peak at $50, that's like $600. So not bad at all. That being said, we also received we received our package, our Merry IoT miners. So I got one today. I think another one comes on Friday. And then we also ordered a MileSite miner. Keep in mind, we're also waiting for a link stock. We'll see if those come through. They were supposed to come out here in January, but we're already on the 23rd. So I'm not really sure I'm going to get that, right? So we'll see. But the Merry IoT miners that I ordered from Helium Mart on the 14th came on the 21st. Or the first one came on the 21st. I think the other one comes on Monday. So we're looking forward to getting those in and trying to get those set up at a couple other locations and just see where this thing goes, So as always, this has just been our weekly Helium update, man. Please let me know down in the comments what problems you're having. If your miners do better than mine, let me know. Let me know that so I can look at your miner and try to figure out, if I can improve my setup by looking at yours, or vice versa. I hope this information is helpful. If it is, please take a little time to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. We are pushing really hard to get to 1,000 subscribers by April 1st. So if you would help me out to tell a friend, As always, I'm just your man, Johnny Clutch Cards, aka Johnny Clutch Crypto. I'm always for the people, by the people. You only got me and the Constitution. Remember that. Peace.